The intelligence failures by Israel's forces and others are now legendary and will be the subject of many investigations, commissions, as Israel and the United States and others try to work out how did everyone manage to miss this atrocity and these attacks. However, there's also the question of who else was behind it. What role did Iran play in all of this? Jake Sullivan, the National Security Advisor in the US, says that although there is the deep, dark, sinister, sustained presence of Iran, there's no direct evidence that they were involved in these attacks. Avi Melamed is a former Israeli intelligence official, author of Inside the Middle East, joins me now from Tel Aviv. They may not have had their fingers on the trigger, but you're pretty certain that Iran, in some shape and form, assisted here and is part of what you call a ring of fire.
Yes, Richard, thank you for having me. This is the accurate definition, the ring of fire. Let me just say it in a wide context. The murderous, brutal regime in Iran is aspiring to become a regional superpower. As part of his master plan, the regime has been building and arming, financing armies of terror across the Middle East, from Yemen, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Gaza Strip. As part of its plan, its master plan, this regime that vows to eliminate the state of Israel has created a network of proxies like Hezbollah in Lebanon, Islamic Jihad and Hamas in Gaza Strip around Israel's neck. This is the ring of fire that you are talking about. And according to this master plan of the Iranians, that ring of fire is supposed to be simultaneously activated when the day comes to attack Israel from all directions using rockets, missiles, drones, infiltration, militias, and so on and so on. This is the master plan of the brutal, murderous regime in Iran.
So are you surprised at this stage? Thank God we haven't seen, but are you surprised we haven't seen more agitation and action by Hezbollah, by the forces in, say, for example, Lebanon, that could distract or split Israeli forces?
Well, Richard, that's a great point. As of now, of course, we are following very closely to see what will happen at the Hezbollah front. For the time being, the Hezbollah is applying some sort of a tactic that is basically trying not to push the limit too much, but on the other hand, Hezbollah and his master, the Iranians, are concerned with the growing possibility that Israel is about to eliminate Islamic Jihad and Hamas in Gaza Strip. And Hezbollah and the Iranians will find themselves in a situation where they will need to make a decision if they are going to participate in the war. Once again, I need to reiterate, Richard, Hezbollah is the cornerstone in this structure of the ring of fire that you mentioned before that Iran has been building. The capacities of Hezbollah are tripled or quadrupled in comparison to Islamic Jihad and Hamas. Hence, you can understand the significance of the threat.
Let me just finish asking, how do you think Shin Bet, Mossad, CIA, FBI, all the various intelligence forces missed this?
Well, Richard, this is one of the most significant questions. Obviously, this is a question that everybody asks. I think that at this point, there are more questions about that rather than answers. But I think there is something very significant to emphasize. The only way to offer Israelis and Palestinians a future of hope, rather than dooming them to a future of hate, despair, and death, the only way to do that is by eliminating Hamas and Islamic Jihad. President Biden, in his very powerful speech tonight, was very clear about it. This is a pivotal moment. This is the moment where we, civilization, are facing the evil, the sheer evil, as President Biden have said. This is the time to do that.
I'm grateful, sir. We'll talk more. Thank you for joining us.